Hey guys, it's me, lolcow, or whatever you want to call me. And yes, this is Stewie Griffin crying in the background, and that is exactly how you guys look when you type in comments like this underneath my comment sections on my videos, okay? I know you might be new here, and I understand, but let me give you a quick background. Yes, I am autistic. Yes, I'm neurodivergent. That is why I come up on here and I start saying things like that on my platform, okay? You are not to police me on what words I can and can't say on my channel, okay? So yeah, when I used to be really active on here, I used to get comments like this all of the time. And I used to be really nice about it. But right now, at this point, no, I'm just going to set the record straight. You don't get to control me. You don't. And yes, what you're doing is controlling. Saying, don't say this word, yes, that is control. If you were trying to place a boundary, you would have been like, hey, I'm not comfortable with you saying this word, whatever. I would understand if this was an IRL interaction and if you had an issue with me saying it and you were like, hey, I would appreciate it if you please stop saying it in front of me. Like, I feel very uncomfortable. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to try to police me and trying to play Captain Save-A-Blank and then try to get mad at me for me saying a word that I can reclaim, by the way, if I'm using your logic within your ideology, right? Because apparently this is the same as the N-word. I deleted these comments, by the way, so none of y'all can see that. But apparently this is the same as the N-word. Okay, so apparently this is just like the N-word, but the N-word has been reclaimed. So people who fit into this category can say the N-word, right? So why can't I say retard as an autistic person? Why can't I say retard as an autistic? If it's the same exact thing as the N-word, why can't I say the word retard as an autistic person? And no, because you want to get smart and you are this, all of a sudden, you're the spokesperson for autistic people. You know so much about people who are neurodivergent, so much about people who are disabled. You know so much about these people. How come you couldn't tell off rip that I was autistic? Judging by the way I present myself on my channel, judging by even in my last video, well, not in that video, but the one before, the Pinterest one, even in that one, I made it pretty clear that there was something going on. I am not neurotypical. And in a lot of my videos, I've stated plenty of times that, hey, I'm autistic. And this is how I think, and this is how it shapes my worldview. I only bring that up when it's relevant to the discussion. I am not going to go on every single video and I'm like, I'm autistic, just to get my point across. All you got from my channel was, oh, this person says retard, so let me try to check them and let me try to correct them and let me try to police them and try to control them. But what you're doing is you're trying to force me into compliance, right? Yeah, that's what you're doing. And I don't know if this is true, but from what I can see, I think that you're also the type of person to go up under other people's channels and say the exact same thing. And you're just hoping that you are going to force me into submission. And you thought that I was going to bend backward and feel bad for how I talk on my platform. But no, I'm not going to. You want to know why? Do you want to know why? Because this is spiritual warfare, baby. This isn't even personal. This is not aimed at you. This is me reclaiming a word that I got bullied for. I got bullied underneath that word. I can say it. I can very much say that word. And I'll say it loud and proud. And I think that this whole thing is retarded. Yeah, I think it's very retarded. And I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I'm not going to address it anymore. I'm just going to say, hey, mic drop. This is what I have to say about it. If you don't like my channel, if you don't like what I preach, you don't have to watch my channel. There are millions and millions and millions of content creators out there that are palatable, that are safe, that cater to your emotions, and they have no issues with walking on eggshells. This is a hobby. I don't want to attract people like you on my channel. Not only did I say the word because, number one, I can say it, hello, but number two, I also said it so that I could detract people like you. Because I don't want the sensitive crybaby wham on my channel. And I knew that I was going to attract that because I made a video about Pinterest, which, who uses Pinterest the most? Certainly not people with an edgier sense of humor, right? My gosh. If anything, I gotta give credit where credit is due. Edgy humor helped me find my voice. Before, I used to be really young and I used to walk around not advocating for myself. I used to get walked all over. And sometimes to this point, I still catch myself within that. But I'm like, you know what? No, you're not going to tell me what I can and cannot do. And also, to add on top of that, this person wanted to talk about, oh, this word has gotten so many people, XYZ, whatever. Like, I remember something along the lines of, oh, by the way, people who are neurodivergent, people who are disabled, they're more likely to be in harmful, dangerous situations, whatever. Can we acknowledge that, hey, maybe words like that have had an impact on multiple different groups of people? Sure, we can acknowledge that. But because I'm not a black and white thinker, I don't think that me as an individual, as an independent content creator, that me saying it is hurting anybody in any way, shape, or form. I do not have a direct impact on other people. I don't. And it is very guilt trippy for you to try to guilt trip me into feeling bad for saying whatever I want on my platform, words that I can say, by the way, because you want to feel better than me or something. Like, it's this weird moral savior complex of, oh my God, let me police this next person because I want to seem like a good person. No. And also, if I want to spin it, I can do it. I can spin it. Like, I can throw your talking points around in circles. Like, I can do that. So yeah. So number one, you are being ableist against me because you are trying to control me. I, as an autistic person, and a lot of neurodivergent people can attest to this, we already have to mask in real life. And when you guys, yes, you guys, because it's not just you that does this, so many other people do this, now the sensitivity culture is like really, really high, and everything has to be even more safe, even more palatable. We have to be even more careful as to what we can and can't say in fear that we would offend the wrong person. Yeah, it's brutal out here. Oh yeah, and then there's this other person that wanted to bring up my identity for some reason, talking about, as a black woman, as we can see, as a black woman, I can't believe that I have to school you on slurs. Okay, I don't know what your identity is, but a part of me assumes that you're not black because, number one, a lot of black people say things very flippantly. They kind of just say, like, especially people my age and older, we don't sugarcoat things. We just say things off it because it's funny. It's funny. Yes, yes. The thing is, you guys have this weird collectivist ideology that you expect everybody to subscribe to, and when they don't, then that's when you guys really show your true colors, and then you really try to be like, so what you were trying to do, what this person was trying to do was they were trying to undermine me by trying to bring up my identity for some reason. They were like, hey, by the way, you're still black, so understand that you should understand the impact that you made. I'm like, whoa. Whoa. It's like, if that ain't racist, I don't know what is. Because it's like, yo, who are you to say that to me? Who are you to say that to me? About, you don't know me. And also about the person that was talking about, oh, this could get people, saying the word could get people essay this and that. Okay, boo, let me hold your hand when I say this. You don't know me. You don't know my life experiences. You don't know anything about me. You don't know what I've been through. And you don't know if my neurodivergence has had an impact or has had influence over what I've been through. Okay? So you trying to equate me saying a word with whatever you just said, it is very guilt trippy. And do you know who's also affected by manipulation and guilt tripping and all of that stuff? People who just happen to be neurodivergent and disabled. Ooh, guys, let's clock it. Okay, but seriously though, like, you guys, this is actually, it's so tectony. You guys are very tectony. And back to the guy that decided to comment about, oh, by the way, as a black woman trying to dangle keys at me, trying to be like, by the way, you have to subscribe to this ideology, this collectivist thing, because you're black, by the way, so you have to listen to us. Or else, it's like, that is racist. Trying to bring up my nationality as a means to, I have to agree with everything you guys say, or else you guys are just gonna remind me of who I am. You know what? I see what this is, okay? And this might sound like a reach. But, just for the funnies, just for the giggles, I'm gonna say it. You guys are only saying this about me. I feel like if I was from the outskirts of, like, the Midwest, let's say South Dakota, if I lived in South Dakota and my name was Megan, and if I was white, fat, with a heavy speech impediment. I have a stutter, by the way, which is a speech impediment on its own, but apparently it's one of the most conventional ones, so people don't really tend to notice it like that. But anyway, yeah. But because I don't look like that, I don't look like your weird perception of what you think autism is, all of a sudden now you guys feel the need to try to police me on my language without actually getting to know me, without actually trying to know, without actually trying to figure me out as a human being. But because you guys don't care, and you guys want somebody to police, and you want somebody to control, and you want to force other people into compliance, you do this while at the same time doing this under the guise of concern. You are not concerned for me. You're not concerned for other people who are neurodivergent. You're only doing this so that you can feel better about yourself because you don't do anything. You don't do anything. You don't. Yeah, and by the way, did you guys know that Black women are some of the most underrepresented and the least diagnosed when it comes to autism, ADHD, etc.? Yeah. Honestly, I can see why you guys are... I can see why you guys don't think I'm autistic. I can see why. But at the same time, right? Why even say anything? Just leave my chat. I don't want you here. You don't lose anything if you don't subscribe to my channel. You don't lose anything. You don't. The people I want to attract authentic. I want to attract authentic people, authenticity. People who don't think like other people who don't live inside echo chambers and who only want to listen to people who agree with them or try to force people into becoming like the people who you like to watch, people who you would like to watch. I don't want you to watch me. I don't. That's another reason why I said the word. I wanted you guys to step. I wanted you guys to leave. I don't want you here on my platform. I don't. Goodbye. Okay, goodbye. And also, yeah, so step. I don't want people like you on my platform. I don't. I do not want sensitive crybabies who contextualize and try to use all of these ad hominems and also trying to curse me out after I never cursed you. I did not even curse this person. I don't do that. I don't randomly curse people out for no reason. No, I don't. I used to do that, but I don't really do that anymore. So I cringe. I cringe when I type something out or when I say something and I come out respectfully or I come out in a way where I'm at least not cursing the person out. And then they come in with 20 different curse words trying to cuss me out. And then they turn on the AAVE. It's like you did not have the AAVE when you were saying, hey, stop saying this word. But then all of a sudden you turn it on and you're like, hey, so dead ass, you said that you weren't going to say it. It's like, whoa. It's like you guys are really showing your true colors. It's so racially motivated. But anyway, yeah. So, by the way, guys, I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna catch up on Dragon Ball Z, my new hyperfixation. And yeah. Bye!